What's up guys, the SMGan here, coming at you with a bit of a different video. So season 3 is coming to a close, and with that means a whole brand new season. And like past seasons, there's going to be a lot of changes to distinguish it from the rest of them, as well as to make it a new and fresh experience for players. So I created a list of 5 changes that I would like to see coming into season 4. And before we begin, I would like to specify that this list is going to be focused mostly on Conquest, as it's the game mode Smite is balanced around, and it's the game mode that I play the most often. So starting with the first change, I would like to see more gods in different roles. Based on the statements from the last patch notes, this is something that Hi-Rez is actually working on for Season 4, which is really awesome to me because although you can play specific warriors in the support role or specific guardians in the solo lane, you don't find too much variation in terms of different classes going to different roles. For the most part, it's just warriors in the solo lane, assassins in the jungle, mages in the mid lane, and the dual lane being dominated by guardians and hunters. And I'm not completely against this. I like having mostly guardians playing the support role or mostly mages playing the mid lane, but that's the key word, mostly. I just think it'd be pretty cool to see a Susano in the mid lane from time to time, or even an Ull solo. Gods that seem like they have the potential to play specific roles, but they just never got the chance to because of the current state of Smite. This second change could actually be seen as a way to help with the first change, and that is to add more support items. Out of all the MOBAs I've played, I've had the most fun playing support in Smite. I love the amount of action supports get, as well as I like how in Smite you're not just a complete ward bot or a complete ultimate bot for the most part. So these new support items would mostly be focused on allowing more gods to take on the support role, as well as allow for different playstyles for supports to take if they want to go for a different type of role in the team. Like if they want to be a bit more of a support, like they sit on the backline and just give you shields and heals, they'll have an item for that. Or if they want to be a frontliner initiator, they'll have items for that as well. There are just a lot of gods in Smite that I think could fill the support role pretty decently, but they just don't have the item system to support it right now. League of Legends probably has the closest support item system that I would like to see in Smite. It includes 3 different items that each support their own unique playstyle, and I think it'd be awesome if something similar was added to Smite. Now for the third change, we're going to be talking about that special little active item you get for free at level 1 and level 12. And those, of course, are Relics, and I want to see a very specific change done to Relics. So ever since Relics were released in the new season, certain gods just haven't been able to compete at the same level as they were before, and definitely not on the same level as a lot of other gods right now. Of course, some relics already need some changes, but what if they made it so certain relics could not be picked up until level 12? I know this sounds kind of weird, but I think it would actually help with a lot of these gods who haven't been able to compete at the same level as they were before. For example, if you look at a god like Poseidon, he just hasn't been picked at all since relics were released. Level 1 Sanctuary just completely ruins his day. But what if that relic wasn't able to be picked up until level 12? I just find this to be an interesting idea because I think relics do need to be changed for Season 4. And I think the best way to change them is to alter when they can be picked up, so they can go a route like I just explained, or they can even just change when any relic can be picked up if they really want to. Now for the fourth change, we're going to be directly talking about the Conquest map, and that's to improve the jungle. Now, the jungle's in a very interesting place for me because I like some of the rotations the jungler takes early, as well as I like the buffs in the game, although I'm not completely against them adding new buffs or changing the current ones. But I'm not a huge fan of the jungler just sitting mid and splitting waves to get most of their XP and gold early on in the game. And that gameplay aspect isn't unique to Season 3. So although it'd be going against a Smite norm, I think it'd be pretty cool and interesting to give the jungler a bit more alone time. Of course, in order to achieve that, not only would new camps most likely have to be added, but also a rework to Bumba's Mask, or even an addition of jungle items. So yeah, that would change a lot, but it could be totally worth it as it has the potential to lead to more fun and creative jungle paths, as well as it could make counter jungling riskier and even more fun and rewarding. Now moving away from the gameplay aspects of the jungle, when you're standing in it, it just doesn't feel like an epic jungle. It's a bit too wide open and a bit too bright. And honestly, not that much needs to be changed in order for it to be a really cool jungle. If it just borrowed a bit from the Siege map, it would be perfect. Now getting to our fifth and final change. This one is not really game mode specific, and it's that I want to see more off-class gods. And what I mean by this is I want to see more gods like Ao Kuang and Freya that don't really fit the mold of the class that they're put into. I just think some of the coolest gods in Smite break their classification's rules a little bit, and I think that's awesome. I think that really fits these gods' themes, and I feel like that's more important than keeping the gods within the bounds of their classification. So that just about wraps up my list. These are just my personal opinions and what I think would be really cool if they added to Smite. Of course, you can comment down below what you would like to see added to Smite in Season 4, because I'm really excited for the season, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff in store. In fact, looking at the data mining, there's some crazy stuff in store for the next season, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. So this has been the SMGan. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.